Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you, love. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You have no idea. You guys make it possible for me to do what I do full time. Thank you, Supa. You only showed me the first part of your name. And I want you guys to know this. I don't ever want you guys to feel alone. I know I tell you this all the time, but here's the thing. I'm serious. My team will tell you, everybody in my shop will tell you, I am always here. Even if you need me at 3 a.m., y'all, I have years of videos. I'm always here. You can look at my schedule. Every single Monday, every single Thursday, I'm here at 8:30 Central Time. I'm here. And I'm here multiple times throughout the week. You always have me, okay? You always know where to find me. Monday and Thursday, you know exactly where I'll be. So just make it to a Monday, make it to a Thursday. I've got you, okay? I've got you. And if you're ever coming through Tulsa, my shop is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right now, it'll be open more later. I'm always here, okay? I'm always here. I don't ever want you guys to feel alone. I don't ever want you guys to feel like you don't have anybody, because you have me. You have me, okay? You have me. I promise. I'm truly grateful for every single one of you. And don't you ever let anyone tell you different, okay? Don't you ever let anyone tell you different. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I'm so sorry that other people's shitty views of the world and of themselves ever made you feel less than amazing. Okay? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for staying here. I'm proud of you for not giving up. I'm proud of you. Okay? Like I said, I'm always here. Like, you can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. You can't get rid of me. Okay? I love you right back, Shelly. I love you, Sharon. So I'm going to take some of these off so I can flip the cards. I am going to leave my bracelet on that I don't hardly ever wear during Reiki because it wasn't cheap. So, yeah. Don't give up, Valkyrie. I'm serious. I've been there, okay? I've been there. I've been in that point, in that place where I didn't want to be here anymore. I've been there. Just stay, just a little bit. Just stay, okay? I promise. It does get better. It does get better. All right. So I only have a limited number of tickets tonight because I'm going to enjoy the rain a little bit. I'm going to enjoy the thunder a little bit. Okay? Aw. Miss Leann is first. And I am now streaming live on YouTube, so you guys can watch them whenever. That's too many, Leann. That's too many. You have a great night too, Shorty. Peter said, Monday, 7 weeks ago, you said the Capricorns to play that week right. I believe I did. I'm now making 4 times the money at my new job. Thank you. Fucking congratulations, Peter. Dude, high five. Fuck it. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Hey, Tanya, happy equinox. Have you celebrated? Did you go out and celebrate? Please tell me you did. Even if you just bought yourself a cookie. You know what, guys? It's normal to feel like you want to give up. It really, really is. Everybody on TikTok is saying congratulations, Peter. Just so you know. Aww. Thank you, love. That sounds like a great way to celebrate. Thank you, love. Thank you for the shoes. Leann's flipping cards at me. All right. So I busted out a couple of decks. I do use this deck a little bit. I've got my Ascension deck back there. It needed a break for a little bit. But this is me yawning. Don't tell anybody. You didn't see that. Don't tell anybody. This is the Threads of Fate. This is their shadow deck. I love this deck. I also busted out this one. Those of you guys that are going to want to know, these are the Sacred Spirit reading cards. I've had these for almost 5 years at this point. They are absolutely phenomenal. And then I also busted out my Shaman's Oracle cards, my smaller deck. I have this in the full size, but I have tiny hands. And it hurts. Like this one right here is just almost slightly too big. So, all right, Miss Leann, are you ready? My eyebrow's itching. So, the first card I pulled is Earth. So the readings I'm doing tonight, because this is the solstice, is to tell you kind of where you're at, what you're harvesting in right now. Does that make sense? Not only what you're harvesting in, but what's going on with your soul at this point, where you've been, where you're going. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is the Earth card. Right now, you are in a place spiritually, physically, etc. You are in a place where you are extremely grounded. You are more grounded right now in yourself, in your path, than you've been in a long time. What I love about this is this next card, okay? I don't think that you've realized, I don't think you realize, and I don't think you're going to realize, even when I say this, I think you're going to, I don't think you're going to believe me. Let me just say it that way. But just listen, okay? Magic yawn. This right here is the Channel Your Knowledge card. Right here. You are more grounded than you've been in a long, long time. This is the Channel Your Knowledge card. You know way more than you think you know. You know way, way more than you think you know. It's just been fractured. That's why you're in a spot right now where you can channel that knowledge, where you're grounded and all of that is coming back together. So where all of this knowledge has been fractured, now it's coming back together. Your soul has been in a seeking mode. Try to get that where you guys can see it. Your soul has been in a seeking mode, okay? Not only have you been seeking, I mean, the things that we all do. Woo! Not only have you been seeking a place to belong, you've been seeking money, you've been seeking, you know, all the things that we need physically. You've also been seeking stuff spiritually. I don't think you realize the extent of what you've been seeking. A lot of times we get to the point where we're seeking things, we don't even realize that we already had all of the answers we needed. You already have all of the answers that you needed. They've just been fractured, which is why you're in a point where you're in an amazingly grounded spot. By channeling all of this, by realizing that you know way, way, way more than you know, and by realizing that all of the answers you've been seeking you already had, you're going to realize that it's about to become time for you to share that knowledge with other people. I want you to really think about that. Now, for some people, they get really, really nervous about this, about stepping out and sharing knowledge. And here's a little PSA, okay? I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't matter if it's here on social media, if it's in front of a crowded auditorium, if it's just in front of two people, if whatever it is. We get nervous about it because we're so terrified that we're going to be wrong. We're so terrified that someone's not going to like what we say. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, okay? You are never going to make 100% of the people happy. You just aren't. You can try. You can try. You will about kill yourself, but you will try. You can never, ever make every single person happy. There will always be someone who disagrees with you, whether they actually disagree with you or whether they are just that person that feels like they have to disagree with everybody. There will always be someone that will disagree with you. There will always be someone that won't like you for some weird reason. You may remind them of somebody that did them wrong a long time ago. It has nothing to do with you, but you remind them of it. So they don't like you. There will always be someone that doesn't like you. It doesn't mean that you should keep all of this knowledge to yourself. Okay? There's a reason that you gained all this knowledge, and there's a reason that you're in a place where you are grounded finally and where you can put all of this knowledge back together. Okay? I'm just saying. You are so welcome. I love you right back, sugar. Leann is down helping me from, I almost said Arizona, from Arkansas while Shane is off gallivanting around the world. Literally. All right. Kathryn Gentry, you are next, honey. Happy solstice to you and blessings to you. So I celebrated the solstice with my family, with all of you. I'm celebrating it with all of you. I didn't get to go burn shit this evening, but that's okay. That's okay. Apparently, I needed to listen to it rain. There's another Leann from Arkansas. What? That's awesome. Thank you, Jess Jennifer, for resubscribing. So every single solstice, you want to, I'll just tell you guys a little bit as I'm flipping these cards over. It's so funny, like my OCD makes me like line them all up perfectly, even though I'm literally just going to pick them up and move them, but they have to be lined perfectly. So for the solstice, here's one of the main things you should do. Clear out your space. Clear out your space. Redo your wards, redo your protections. Thank you for subscribing, Candy. Redo those things. Add more to them. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. Nobody needs to see, nobody needs to know, nobody needs to see all your wards, nobody needs to see your protections, nobody needs to see you cleanse, nobody needs to see any of that. Okay? Because if they do, then you've given them a blueprint to undo anything. You basically just gave them the chink in your armor. So don't do that. Don't tell people, okay? So it doesn't hurt to show people some of the things you do, but never show anybody everything. Does that make sense? Never show anybody everything, okay? The other thing is this. Mabon, the fall solstice, fall equinox is harvest. This is all about bringing in the fruits of your labors. This is all about being grateful for the things that the universe has given you, has blessed you with, etc. This is a wonderful time to do something just in gratitude. Give back to other people. Put out an offering. Just sit and be and enjoy and give energy back. Okay? Just be thankful. Okay? And from there, you guys can build on your own traditions. Every single pagan holiday, I was joking with someone today, is all about fire and food. Food and fire, fire and food. That's a pagan holiday right there. You're welcome. You can't go wrong with either one of those things. All right. Yeah, y'all thought people ate good at Christmas and Easter. Go to some pagan festivals. Yeah. Woo! All right, Miss Kathryn G, you ready? So for the mini reads, I'm just reading 3 to 4 cards, okay? For the full reads, this is kind of an overview of where you've been, where you are right now, and where you're going, okay? So, Kathryn, you've been in a spot where you have been in a full-on Earthkeeper mode. When you're in this Earthkeeper mode, you have been super protective and super... I'm going to say territorial of the space around. You guys hear the thunder? That was cool. You can't make that shit up. You've been super territorial, super protective of your space, the area around you. You've been really paying attention to how you need to move forward, how you need to protect. There is nothing wrong with being an Earthkeeper, okay? Please don't think I'm saying that. But sometimes we get stuck in that role and we feel like that's all we have is that Earthkeeper, that space that we've been given to protect. So it bogs you down a lot. That's what sucks, unfortunately. It bogs you down. When you get bogged down, or when you got bogged down, let me say that, okay? When you got bogged down, that flung you deep into some soul work, okay? Deep into shadow work, deep into healing, deep into moving forward, deep into having your own spiritual practices questioned by yourself. When we go through soul work, thank you, Sea Witch. When we go through soul work, we question ourselves. We question our own spiritual path. We question everything about what we've been doing, where we've been going. It just is, okay? Thank you, sugar. Oh, I yawn again. Where you are right now is really important, okay? This right here is the clear and protect. Cleanse, activate, move all the energy around in your space, okay? Move all the energy around in your space. Don't let things stay stagnant because you can get too grounded. You can absolutely get too grounded, okay? Move everything around. Move your energy around. Rearrange if you need to. The solstice is a wonderful time to rearrange your space, by the way. Couldn't ask for a better card at a better time. By clearing, activating, cleansing, protecting, doing all of those things right now, you're going to find a whole new... I love this. I just now happen to really look at these cards. You're going to find a whole new path. And I think it's one that you've been looking for a while. Because you also have the Seeker card next. You can't make this shit up. So you're moving out of this path of soul work and this Earthkeeper status into an intense seeking position. Okay? An intense seeking position. There's a reason. There's a reason that you've done all of this. There's a reason that you've done all this soul work. And now there's a reason you need to clear it. Because what you're going to be seeking is going to lead you to this. And this is retrieving every broken aspect of your soul that's still out there. Okay? Retrieving every aspect of your soul that's out there. That's why you went through this massive, intensive soul work. Was to find it all. Now you're going to be seeking to put it all back together. Just like yawning. Yawning to get all the energy out, yawning to get everything done, away, etc. Honey, you've been through all the hard shit. Now it's time to clear shit and move forward. Leave all that shit back there. And moving forward and seeking all of this, all of the pieces of your soul that have gotten fractured along the way. Sweetie, you're in a fantastic place right now. You really are. You know why I'm yawning so much? You know why I'm yawning so much? Because when I go to sleep at night, I turn thunderstorms on. So when it rains and thunders, I get sleepy. It is what it is. All right, Miss Kathy L, are you ready? It is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of turn my tickets down a little bit. Oh, well, never mind. You guys have already busted them all out. Thank you, Tiny Heathen. I wish you could too, sugar. My dude just texted me there and said he wished he could come make me some more tea. All right, Miss Kathy. Yeah, I went in and closed my list for this evening. I know, he's a sweetheart, isn't he? Oh my. So my dude just texted me that the storms are still blowing through and it looks like there actually may be tornadoes down by Henrietta. So I have some friends in Henrietta and some very good friends' parents down there. So now I'm a little worried. I don't like it. I don't like it. So if y'all are anywhere where there are storms tonight, please, please, please be safe. Okay? Please, please, please be safe. All right. Ready, Kathy? Yeah, I don't like tornadoes either. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. I don't mind rain. I don't mind the thunderstorms. But, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, it looks a little rough. And we got more moving this way. Y'all get to hear the thunder the whole time I'm reading. Just saying what I'm saying. All right. Here we go, Kathy. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Miss Kathy, you start off with lightning, okay? This means that you have had a path that has been nothing but change, shift, move, power, electricity, just when we come from a place of lightning, we come from a place of power. We come from a place of intensity. And sometimes it can be really hard to get out of place when we've been there for so long. It's kind of like people that have been that have been in an abusive relationship for so long. Then they get in a good relationship and they don't know how to act because they're so used to this intensity that when they have a calm, happy, nice relationship, they don't understand. So it takes someone with a lot of patience to help them through that. That's where you've been, in this just continually intense place. You've also been in a place where you've had to share a lot of your wisdom about this intensity. And just because I know you, I kind of know what's going on and so on. All of that intensity, you had to share all of your wisdom about how you've handled it with other people. Now, had to may not be the right word, but you understand what I'm saying. You shared all of this wisdom about this crazy intensity to help other people that weren't handling this as well as you handled it. Okay? That's why you were able to share all of that knowledge. Now, however, you're in a time where this intensity is starting to calm down. Now you're in a point where, you're at a point. You didn't see that. Where it's time to literally align your universe. Align your universe. Align the things around you. Get everything from this crazy lightning part that is starting to die down. Y'all know how it is. Just think of how a tornado, a hurricane, wind, storms, anything like that. When something like that hits, it scatters shit everywhere. And there's no rhyme or reason to how things are scattered. You've got to start grabbing everything and realigning, okay? This is the time. Right now during the solstice, this is the time to realign and to get everything back together. Okay, Miss Kathy? Because you're moving to a place where your path is going to completely align with not only nature, but your true nature. Being outside and having all of that cleansing ability is going to help you align everything. Nature itself and getting back to your true nature is going to help you deal with a lot of this lightning, a lot of this power, a lot of this calming down and so on. A lot of the pieces that you've got to pull back in line. Because, I shit you not, you also have the soul retrieval at the end. That's where you're headed. You cannot make this shit up. This is like the perfect card to have at the end. Y'all saw me shuffle, okay? Just saying, y'all saw me shuffle. This is the perfect card. So, you've been going through all of this shit. So you can align, so you can get back to your true nature, so you can retrieve parts of yourself that have gotten shifted along the way. Parts of yourself that you've given up for other people along the way. And this is a fantastic thing. So keep in mind, Miss Kathy, that right now, you're in a place to realign every bit of yourself to bring in all of those last pieces that are scattered here and there. Okay? So my list is closed for the night, guys, because I am keeping an eye on the weather and hopefully I won't lose power. So power was out down by where my kiddo is earlier. Hopefully it's back on now. So yeah. All right, Miss Christine Carver, you ready? I do, Katie. Yes, yes. All right. Okay. If y'all flip a card at me, or if I drop a card, I leave it the way that it lays. And both of yours are sideways, Christine. Oh, no. Well, I'm streaming on YouTube, just so you know. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm watching the storms roll through here. Like, I've got my phones charging. They're at 100%. I hope we don't lose power. The good thing about all those storms that went through Tulsa on Father's Day is that almost all of the transformers, the power poles, etc. on here have just been changed. They're brand new. So, yeah. Hey, Stacy. Thank you, honey. All right. Here we go. Okay. Ready, Miss Christine? So this is the first card you flipped at me. This is the fire card, and notice that it's sideways. Means that you are coming from a place where your fire was literally in a neutral position. You know, if it had been this way, obviously you would have been losing your fire, but it wasn't. It was literally in just a neutral blah position, a holding pattern. Wasn't off, wasn't on. It was there, but that's it. But that's it. And you kind of surrendered to that for a long time. And the old gods love you too, sugar. You surrendered to that for a long time. Not only did you surrender to that, but you just kind of stayed there. You just went through the motions and staying, just going along. Just going along the path. You're now in a spot. So let's talk, hang on, let me talk about this just a little bit more. When we're in a spot where we feel like we're in a holding pattern, where we have just surrendered to the idea that our fire is just in a neutral position. That was weird. I just lost on YouTube, but not here. Yeah. Survival mode is a great way to put it. But this is not so much a survival mode. This is a just going along to get along mode. Because there really wasn't anything wrong, but you felt just numb. There we go. Numb is a great word. Now you've gotten to be in a place where I just find the rest of these cards interesting, so I was just looking at them. This is the Divine Will card. You're in a place where things are happening and things are shifting and things are going to be continuing to shift. I don't think that this is going to be some crazy life-destroying thing, but divine will shifts you out of this over here. Not only does it shift you out of this, it can put you in the right place at the right time, even when you don't think you are just in the right place at the right time. It may be that you're in a, you witness something, or you're in a position, or you're in a situation where things are just not normal, but not bad, but not good. And then later you go, holy shit. Okay, this right here happened for a reason. Okay? So know that the things that are shifting and changing around you right now, that is the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever it is in play. I just like to say the universe. We'll just put it that way. Because you're going through an ascension period right now. You're going through level ups. You're going through little bitty ascensions. For some reason, you're getting it a little easier than other people. And I'm a little jealous. It's not fair. But you're going through these in little bitty modes like this. Little bitty tiny modes instead of big jumps. So even though you don't feel like you're going through a bunch of ascension, you are. I think that if you sat back and you looked at even a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and you looked at where you were each year on that point, you would see that you've been going through major ascensions. Major ascensions. You're going to continue to go through them. What I find interesting is this last card, because it came out sideways as well. This is the lower world card. In going through all these ascensions, it's going to put you in a place where you're going to start to deal a lot more with the lower world, the lower realm. Now, according to different shamanic practices, there are 3 realms. There is the upper, the middle, and the lower. Doesn't always mean heaven, earth, and hell either. Some people associate it with that. It's not. The lower world are where you kind of get things done, where you get the nitty-gritty done. You're going to get to the point where you're comfortable with being and skirting around the lower world, the lower realm. Meaning you're going to be able to get the answers that you've sought for so long. I have this feeling that you were kind of placed in a spot that's more neutral than you realize. So, yeah. Oh, honey, the spiritual community has been talking about the shift for much longer than TikTok's been around. Those of us that have been in and around the spiritual community for a while, I really started hardcore with a mentor in 2014, but I've been in all of this for my whole life. I love that, Christine. I have stuff to get done, so I'm okay with that. A lot of us have been seeing the patterns and seeing what was going on and seeing all of the shifts and the changes and the veil faltering and all this stuff for a while. And so it's awesome that TikTok has given rise to spirituality and made it mainstream, as much as mainstream as it can be, I guess. Because it brings this on everybody's radar. You guys have been around all of these same things. You guys have been around all of these same issues, all of these same changes, all of these same shifts, but you didn't notice it because you didn't need to notice it. I mean, it's the easiest way to explain it is you were still in the matrix. You were still in the matrix. Now you're out of the matrix. And you didn't even have to take the pill. You just got unplugged. You just got unplugged. So, when you're not in the matrix anymore, you start to see things for what they really are. You start to see the world for what it really is. And you start to see all of the changes and the shifts. And I'm not going to lie, it gets hard not to be in a depressive spiral. When you watch the way that the world is and when you watch all the shifts and the changes, it's, wow, you cannot make this shit up. It's really hard to be, it's hard to be happy sometimes. It's like, have you guys ever heard the thing where they say that the smarter someone is, the more IQ they have, the higher their knowledge base goes, the more depressed that person is, the more sad they can become, because you know and you see what's going on in the world. And it sucks. And it sucks. So, Rose, you ready? Got your cards all drawn out here beautifully for you. Yeah, everything is super intense. Everything is super, super intense right now. Yeah. All right. Ready, Rose? Rose, you actually start off with the lower world upside down. And I know y'all saw me shuffle. Y'all saw me shift the cards. Y'all saw me shuffle. Okay? And then you saw me yawn. Don't tell anybody. Honey, you've been in a spot where you've been holding the darkness out. I say that because of this and because of this. This is the boundaries card. Okay? You've been holding the darkness out. You've been holding it at arm's length. You've been keeping it out there. Now, here's the thing. You cannot be all light and you cannot be all dark. You just can't. People are able to do it, but they have these issues where they get snapped back the other way. Maybe they're all light. They never do anything bad. They're all love and light. And then they get smacked back the other way. And they pull something really, really baneful. Or they're all dark. They're all darkness. And then bam, they get pulled over here and they do something really amazing for someone. For you to truly ascend on your path, you have to be in the middle. You have to be in the middle. But you've been holding the dark at bay. You've been holding boundaries with the dark for too long. You have to have the dark and the light integrated together. If you don't, you can't ever have real balance. So the boundaries that you've been setting really hard have kept the darkness at bay. Okay? You're in a place right now to be able to ground all of that light, to be able to not only ground yourself, but to pull in some of that light and let it back out. There's a reason that you've been in the light for so long. And it's not because you just need to learn balance or whatever. There's a reason that you've been gathering all of those things. This is the perfect time during this solstice for you to ground all of that light and let it go back out into the world. Does that make sense? Because here's the thing. When you work in the light, when you work in the shadow, when you work in both at the same time, you tend to gather some of that to you. And you hold it in there. It doesn't sound bad when you think about light, but you can only put so much in a vessel. You can only put so much water in a bucket before it overflows. Or before you can't put any more in there. So when you can't put any more in there, you have to have a place for it to go. Now is the time for all of that extra light to be put out into the world. Put it back out into the world. Okay? Because I shit you not, you can't make this stuff up. Y'all saw me shuffle. You also have the ascension card. You are fixing to go back through a major ascension. And I say back through because we tend to go through them throughout our life. So Miss Rose, when it comes to grounding your light, when it comes to letting some of that light go back out, you're about to go through a major ascension and you're about to come to a very unique, deep, intense understanding of yourself. The beloved card means a few different things, but in this particular instance, this is all about loving yourself. This is all about being back to your personal raw power and owning it. Like this right here is a fantastic thing. It's a fantastic thing. It is going to take you some getting used to, and that's why you've got to let some of that light out so you have more room to put other things back in the bucket, if that makes sense. You have to take some stuff out of the bucket so you have room, because right now you don't have any room. So ground yourself, ground your light. And I did see that you said you were a little nervous and so on. Everybody's nervous. Everybody's nervous when you start to go through shifts and changes and ascensions. Don't let them tell you they're not. It doesn't matter how long they have been in the spiritual world. They're nervous. Everybody gets nervous because you don't know what's coming next. And no one can go, okay, you know, you're here, you're this age, you've done this and this and this, but not this. So this is how your ascension is going to go. Here's exactly what's going to happen. Nobody can tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. Period. Period. Nobody can tell you that. Every single one of us is scared shitless. Don't think we're not. Okay? So, Miss Rose, You're fixing to go through another phase of ascension and have this amazing personal power right back in your hands. Don't be scared. I know that's easier said than done. But know that you're not alone, okay? You are so welcome, sweetie. Know that you're not alone. All right, Miss Gail, you ready? Let me refresh my list here. Hopefully, I won't lose power. Knock on wood. And I totally should not have done that because now it's going to take forever. All right. Miss Gail, you ready? Hey, Scarly. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, this thunder has been pretty intense. It's been really intense. That is like a whole shitload of cards. Way too many. Can y'all hear the rain and the thunder? All right. You keep throwing cards. Like, you keep throwing cards. I'm going to reserve judgment on whether it's just the energy in the air, my hands being shaky, or whether it's actually the energy in what's going on. Oh, you hear Bear shaking down there? That would be him. So you also have another card here, and it fell out right here, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Oh, okay. You are kind of stuck, aren't you? So you start off with the Andean cross, okay? This right here is, it's gonna sound weird coming out of my face, but it's called the Chakana. Hey, Sass, will you make sure that my tickets are off just in case? Like, I think they're sold out, but like, I have some really intense shit moving this way and I don't want to lose power. You know what I mean? Like, will you make sure they're off? So anyway, this right here, if you guys do not know about the Indian cross, this is your homework. This is a fantastic symbol. This encompasses all of the elements, all of the directions, all the things. It is fantastic. Okay? Here's what's funny. You are so connected. You are able, this right here tells me that you come from a spot, I would bet you had really intense gifts as a kid. And I would bet that you still have them, that you've kind of harnessed them and you just kind of keep them under wraps right here. You have this ability to see everything at once. You have this ability to look at a situation and see it in multiple avenues instead of just this way or this way, yes or no. You have the ability to see it in the whole of what it is. But the problem is, and you're a very smart cookie, because this is the paradox card, okay? In having this intense gift and being able to see everything as a big whole like that, you have to, you know that to fit into society, you have to be very careful on what you say. Okay, cool. Thanks, Stas. On what you say, what you do, etc. So it's a paradox. So you know all these things and you can see all these things, but you can't say all the things. So it becomes a really horrible, horrible paradox. That was a big thunder. It becomes a horrible paradox because you don't know what to do. I'm looking at the radar real quick. Looks like just a lot of lightning and thunder. But a little bit of some intense shit heading this way. So you don't really know what to do and you don't know what to say. You cannot say all the things because if you do, it's going to negate everything that you just did. You know what I mean? So you're in a spot right now. This is the emotional challenges card. Having to put all of these things into balance is hard. It's really, really hard. Not everyone is lucky enough to be in a job, in a family, in a spot with friends, whatever it is, where you can discuss all of this stuff over here. What's interesting is the card that fell out that I left, it's sideways, but this is the Dare to Dream card, and it fell out about like this. So you're in a spot right now where you have a decision to make. I know that you have dreams. I know that you have goals. I know that you have aspirations. You also have some emotional things that you're in the middle of working through when it comes to these gifts and so on. You have a very important decision to make about where you're going from here. Because these next two cards are also interesting. This next one also came out sideways. This solstice is going to be a fantastic time for you to really take stock of your goals, where you're going, where you've been, what's come in already, what hasn't. Just to really kind of step back, like you are someone looking from the outside and look at the entirety of the situation like you do, okay? Because this other card right here is sideways, and this is the Alchemist card. The Alchemist can literally make something from nothing. The Alchemist can make everything intense and amazing. The Alchemist can take water and turn it to wine, can take iron and turn it to gold. This isn't a holding pattern for you right now. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. At the end here, you have the Thunder card. I know that by seeing all of this right here, you are absolutely the kind of person that is going to take a while to make a decision on this, because you need to look at every different facet of what's going on. You need to stop and you need to twist it and turn it and look and see and map and so on. So it's going to take you a while to make these decisions. So please don't push yourself to make a decision. And if someone else is pushing you to make a decision about anything in life, don't trust that person. Now, I mean, obviously there are some things like, hey, tickets go on sale today and they're off sale tomorrow. Do you want to take it? You see what I'm saying? Obviously. But if you have someone that is really pushing you to make a decision on business, on relationship, on anything like that, especially right now, they don't have your best interest in mind. Let me just say that. They do not have your best interest in mind. Because we all know that if we can get someone to make a snap decision, we usually come out better than they do. So really, really think about everything, because this Thunder card at the end here is where you're going. Thunder is powerful. You can hear thunder from miles away. Miles and miles and miles away. Honey, you are the thunder. You can't make that shit up. You are the thunder. You just need to get all of the components in place first. Okay? So take your time, make your decision, and don't let anyone push you. Channel all these gifts. Channel all these gifts you had when you were younger. And look at all of the situations. Twist them, turn them, pick them apart. Look at everything. You will be the thunder, I promise. Okay? Does that help? I'll get that video up. I meant to do it today, but I'll get that video up either later tonight or tomorrow. All right. Jennifer S. Oh, I love thunder too. My problem is, though, it's making me sleepy. I got to quit sleeping to thunderstorms. You are welcome, Jen. Aw, thank you for the jellies. I love them. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you do the little out and in. Can't hide from me. So rain sounds are one of the few things that keep me from dreaming too intensely, from traveling, etc. So yeah. So I listen to them a lot. Okay. So I saw somebody ask if I lose power or, you know, whatever. Yes, I would just finish them in the morning. I would just finish them in the morning. All right, Miss Jennifer. So you've got something interesting here, okay? You have the middle world, the here and the now. Not only do you have the here and the now, but you also have the alchemist. Right now, you are in a place where I don't think you realize it, okay? You are in a place where you are firmly grounded here. You're firmly grounded here. You are making things happen from nothing. You are completely engulfed in being the alchemist right now. I don't think you realize you're here. A lot of times we don't realize that we're in a position like this until we start to get out of it and we look back and we're like, oh, shit. I did that with nothing, with no help, with nobody. We don't realize that we're in the alchemist position and doing things, making things from nothing until we look backwards. And this is where you've been. I know that you're trying really hard. Everybody's always trying to go through some big spiritual evolution, some big shift, everything. Is it? Will one of you guys be watching the weather for me just in case? I would appreciate it. But, Jen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This sometimes trolls are funny, and then sometimes they're terrible. This is the spiritual evolution card, and it's upside down. Okay? when it's upside down, this means that right now you're in a holding pattern, okay? It's not time for you to move forward. You've been moving forward. You've been shifting. You've been changing. You've been rushing forward. This means it's time for just a breath. Just a breath. Just step back, listen to it rain, and just take a breath, okay? Just take a breath. Because what's coming is something different, a place that you've not been in a while. My YouTube keeps going out. It's not funny. It's not funny. I know, this is a beautiful card, isn't it? So, getting back to your intense divine feminine and masculine, getting back to you owning everything about yourself and your path comes with this pause, okay? The thing that follows owning all that power is this. This is the eagle. The eagle is a master hunter. The eagle is the power in the air. Not only does the eagle have a massive amount of power, not only are you about to re-own all of this intensity. Oh, it's okay, Zeus. Come here. Come here. I heard him coming from the other room. He is terrified. Terrified. It's all right, baby. Come here. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You needed my shirt? Okay. He has always been afraid of thunder. So, yeah. It's okay. It's all right, buddy. I heard him coming. I heard him jump off the couch, and I heard his little paws click, 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 click. Like I heard him coming. That's why I kind of paused for a minute. I was like, it's okay. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Jennifer, you're about to be in an amazing, powerful place. And then me yawning. You're about to be in an amazing, powerful place, honey. Okay? All of this stuff you've already been through has been setting you up for this. So it's time to pause. It's time to get back to yourself. So your spiritual advisor is telling you that it's time for you to take a break, for you to reconnect with you. Okay? So I saw your comment there about having a 140-pound dog that was afraid of thunder. Brody, his dad, and I had a Neapolitan Mastiff who was about, it's okay, who was about 140 pounds, 120, I think it was like 128, 130. But yeah, he was afraid of thunder. Come here. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. It's okay. I've got you. Okay? You're okay. You're okay. All right? Did you just need to be on camera? Did you just need to be on camera? I got you. I got you. You're okay. Yeah. You're okay. I'm going to sit you back down in my lap, okay? I'm going to sit you back down in my lap, okay? You're okay. You stay right here with me. You're okay. You're okay. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I got you, buddy. It's okay. All right? I won't let the thunder get you, okay? I got you. You're fine. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you, okay? Yeah. All right. Miss Jackie. Hey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Let's check the weather. Okay? We'll check the weather. Yeah, this big bad storm's going to be moving through in just a minute. Okay? Okay. Yeah, it is dumping rain here as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see him shaking. I'm like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And that could be too. That could be too. He's always been afraid of loud noises, though. I mean, he's obviously not a big dog, but he's always been afraid of really loud noises. So anytime there's a loud bang in the house, he doesn't like when I'm in here and I'm clapping my hands. Like, he just doesn't like loud noises. So, yeah. Yeah, he has a special blankie. Usually, his special blankie is my clothes. So, my dirty clothes basket in there, he's in there sleeping a lot. It's really funny. Hey, I'm going to put you back down in my lap, okay? That's going to be a no. Yeah. Here. Right here. Yeah, he's done that since he was a puppy. He's always loved to be up here in my hair. So, yeah. And now I'm covered with dog hair. There you go. It's okay. There you go. It's okay. I got you. All right, Miss Jackie. Yeah, he's scared. He's scared. It's okay. It's okay. We've had some weird loud thunder roll through, not just tonight, but the last few storms that have rolled through. They've been super intense. Super intense. Like, I've had a couple of times when the thunder has woke me up and I've thought, what in the hell? I saw you down there. All right. Yeah, the weather's pretty bad this evening. Oh, I don't doubt that, Brandon. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah, this weather is absolutely crazy lately. It is absolutely crazy. It's been weird. It's been super weird. Hey, love, how are you? Thank you, Jody, honey. Thank you for the roses. That actually shook my whole office. Oh, you're in Jinx? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love thunderstorms too. He is like absolutely shaking. It's okay. It's all right. I got you, okay? That thunder's not going to get you. All right. Ready, Miss Jackie? Oh, please, please, please don't shoot the messenger. All right. So you actually start off with the eagle, okay? This is being in a place of power. Oh, okay. Your next card is actually the Weaver, and I'm bringing it up as I'm talking to this one. I'm talking about this one because it's upside down. It's hailing. Bernadette's safe. She's in the garage. But yeah, it's hailing. Y'all know I'm going to go out and gather some hail here in just a little bit. That's some pretty good size hail. Can y'all hear it? So my back porch has a tin roof, but my house doesn't. But yeah. If I was just on TikTok, we would go look. But yeah. So, yeah. What is hail used for? Really nothing nice. To be honest, really nothing nice. But that is frozen. It's ice that was plummeted to the ground during an intense storm. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of electricity. There's a lot of damage. I mean, think of how much damage is caused by hail. Even little bitty pieces. Just saying. All right, Jackie. So having your weaver upside down and having this here, it tells me that you've been in a place where you've had a lot of intense personal power. You've had a lot of things that are going around you, that are rotating around you, that you are the lightning rod for. But the problem is with this weaver card upside down, you didn't really know how to harness the energy and use it correctly. So it's like you knew that you were powerful. You knew you had all this power. You knew that like you're the lightning rod. You're the one that makes the decisions. But if we don't know the correct ways to use the power, it's kind of like it just floats. It just sits there. Sometimes it gets dispersed into the wrong things. Thank you, heart. Thank you for the rose. It gets dispersed into the wrong things. So when it gets dispersed into the wrong things, or it just sits there, and you're like, gonna yawn, we get super frustrated with it, beyond frustrated, because then we feel like we have no power, even though we know we do. So you've been in this crazy, weird ass push and pull with your own personal power. So this is why I said don't shoot the messenger. This is the Dark Night of the Soul card. This is what's up right now. So like I said, don't shoot the messenger. This is what's up right now. You're about to go through an interesting dark night of the soul. So when this card right here comes up, a dark night of the soul, when we go through this in any type of spiritual setting, any type of spiritual path, it causes us to stop and to look at what just happened. Whether that is the last 6 months, the last 6 years, whatever. It causes you to stop and really take a look at all of this. I think you're going to see very quickly, well, I know you're going to see very quickly, where you were unable to weave power because it wasn't really your power to weave. So you were trying to weave things that really weren't yours. And that's why you were kind of at a standstill, at a stop, at a pause. There is always a good to a dark night of the soul. Most people look at a dark night of the soul as just this intense, depressive episode where you just kind of live in your sweatpants and dirty socks and eat chips and queso for every meal and just sit there. But it's not. A dark night of the soul is growth, like super intense growth. Just sucks. Just sucky growth. But everything that's come up to now is going to gain new meaning, okay? And then you have the Outlaw card, meaning you get to enter your villain phase. Hey, Aries, thank you for subscribing. After this dark night of the soul, you get to enter your outlaw phase, your villain phase, your absolute fuck you, I won't do what you tell me kind of phase. In other words, anybody around you better hold on to their butts and pray that they didn't do you wrong back here, because you're going to be in a mode where you can do something about it. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Jackie. So I don't know if you need to warn people around you or not. That is completely up to you. What I do love about it is this last card. This card right here is the corn card. Corn is abundance. If you have corn, you can make all kinds of things. If you have corn, you're eating. If you have corn, you're happy. This is the abundance card. Like I said, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. What's amazing about this too is that moving through all of these different things and moving into this outlaw phase and being able to own your energy and own this dark night of the soul and own all this personal power, it brings you to a spot where you're finally whole again. I know every time I see that card, I hear that's calling. Where you're finally whole. And when you're going through this dark night of the soul, I have a feeling you're going to be beating yourself up about all of these things that you couldn't weave, that you couldn't get on track. But don't do that. I know that's easier said than done, but don't do that. Okay? All of those things were not supposed to happen. That's why they failed. You didn't need them. If they had happened, if things had gone how you wanted them to go, you wouldn't be where you are right now. You wouldn't be moving on the path you're moving on right now. And you wouldn't be about to walk into the power that you're about to have. Okay? Okay? That makes sense. It's okay. Thank you, love. Good, good. You are so welcome, sweetheart. All right. Miss Suzanne Horn, you ready? Thank you, Keisha. I think that this storm is just about to blow over. Yeah, the intense part's over. Now, there's more popping up. It's just going to be that kind of night. Like, it's going to be a long, long night. It's funny. They're starting. It's like most of these storms have been starting. I'm going to say really right on the edge of Creek County. Like between. It's been rough. Yeah. Thank you for all the red balloons. Sand Springs. Has it been bad up there too? My sister hasn't texted me with all kinds of... My sister lives in Sand Springs. I'm in Oklahoma, love. Southwestern Missouri. Yeah, I saw that. Y'all have a whole bunch of shit your way, yeah. Well, I am not going out in the rain right now. Yeah, the lightning is what stops me. If it's a really crazy bad lightning storm, I am not going out there. It's peanut time. Would a peanut make you feel better? Would a peanut make you happy? Here, I will put it right there on my leg for you. All right. No? All right. We'll give it to the bear. You ready to get down? Are you done with me now? Are you done with me now? Better? You good? I am completely covered in dog hair. I know y'all can't see most of it, but it's bad. Bad. All right. Ready? This is Miss Suzanne. Now I got dog hair all over me. Miss Suzanne, you ready? Holy cow, milled artistry. That's crazy. Suzanne, you start off with magic. Yeah, he left me with a fur coat. That is for fucking sure. I don't know if it's love, but... And I shit you not. That's why I kind of paused and looked for a minute. You also have the weaver, but yours is right side up. So what this tells me right here... You are a master at manifesting shit. You are a master at manifesting shit. I know that we've talked about this before. That you manifest too much for everybody else and not enough for you. But I don't think you realize how much you've actually manifested for you. Because the weaver is very powerful and this magic is very powerful. You've kind of always had gifts and abilities. You've always been able to manifest. You've always been able to manifest. You've always seen the magic in other people. And I think you're going to continue to. I don't think that that's going to stop. I think that this right here is only going to get amplified. Because this card right here is the love and light card. It means that you turn all of this more outward. You know, like the Care Bear stare from your tummy. The love and light card is all about you taking these gifts you already have, this manifestation, and finally pinpointing it in the right place. Like laser focusing it into the right place. Whereas up to now, it's just kind of been everywhere. It's just kind of shot out. Oh, you know, I care about you and you need a job, so I'm going to help you manifest a job. Or I care about you, you need somebody, so I'm going to help you manifest somebody or whatever. You've just kind of given it out. Just now it's time to learn to focus that. To focus it. This is the time to learn to focus it. This is also a good time for you to work on opening your third eye, on strengthening your gifts, your abilities, that manifestation, and really just amping up your motor to pinpoint it. Does that make sense? Because the next card you have here coming up is the nature card. Getting back to you, getting back to your true nature. But this right here also is kind of a cheat sheet to this. Getting out into nature and getting back to, I know everybody says this, oh, get out into nature, blah, 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 blah. It's not just as simple as going outside in your yard sometimes. Or going to the park next door to your apartment complex. I'm going to advise you to do this, to take some time on your day off and literally take a drive. Get up in the morning, not too early, sleep in. Get up in the morning and find a place about an hour away from where you live. A lake, a hiking trail, whatever. About an hour away. Drive that hour. Have that disconnect from your world, from everything going on. In other words, you're about to take a day trip outside. Because when we, especially when we're about to go through this here, you need a disconnect. A disconnect means a complete and utter disconnect from home, job, all the stuff. A complete and utter disconnect. Find you a great place where you can go sit outside, walk, whatever it is. And just be out there for a little bit. Take your lunch, take you some drinks, etc. Just plan to be gone for a few hours. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to really hardcore connect back with nature because of this card right here. And this is the Luminous Warrior card. This card in particular comes after you've harnessed all your personal magic, after you've been able to harness all of this manifestation and laser point it. Okay? This comes after you have completely reconnected to you. The Luminous Warrior is able to pinpoint all of this very easily. You're able to do it for yourself. You're able to do it for other people. And there literally will not be any stopping you once you hit this phase. And I love that you said you know exactly the place to go and do that because it's really important. It's really, really important. So I'm glad you know just the place. So that Luminous Warrior aspect is a very intense, powerful place to be. I think you're pretty much already there. You just need to step into it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, Miss Lori. You ready? Hello, Jody. How are you? And don't forget, guys. Okay. Apparently, I'm getting to read you backwards, Miss Jody. Don't forget that these are on YouTube, so you guys can go back and watch them at any time. Well, the storm moved through, so now it's completely quiet. It feels really weird, doesn't it? Had all that loud-ass thunder for a while, and now it's like, now it's quiet. I feel like we should whisper. Don't worry, we got more storms coming through. Don't worry. Huh? Well, Miss Lori, I see why that card came out first, so I'm not putting it right here. I see why I was like, oh, apparently I'm reading you backwards. Because instead of heading towards something, you're coming out of something. Okay. This is the Dark Night of the Soul card. So this right here is what you're coming out of. Congratulations. Because a lot of times when we're in a dark night of the soul, we don't realize that we're coming out of it until we've been out of it for a while. And then we're like, holy shit, I'm no longer like in this severe depressive mode. You're coming out of this. And I know that you said yes. So there's going to be some interesting things that pop up after this. When we go through a dark night of the soul, it's almost like we suddenly get more in tune with everything around us. It's almost, and I will tell you guys this, the longer you're on your spiritual path and the more dark night of the souls that you go through, the more intense the whole world around you gets. The more intense people get, sights get, sounds get, smells get, colors get, everything. And we kind of get to a point where some days it's like, I don't really want to go out of my house. Like, I don't really want to go out of my house. The reason I said that you've got some interesting things coming up is this. This is the Fate card. So, coming out of a dark night of the soul, you're going to have the universe take you and shift you and move you, and there's not really going to be much you can do about it. There's not really going to be much you can do about it. When fate takes a hold of you and just move, shift, there's really not much you can do about it. But sometimes that's not all bad. You just have to make sure that you are letting it happen. You are going with the flow. You are just being, just enjoying life. Because coming out of this dark night of the soul, fate's going to put you where it needs you to be. What's interesting is this last card, and this is the one you threw out at me first. This is the Fire card, and it's upside down. So I don't really expect all of this fate, all of this crazy shifting to be too intense. I hope that makes sense. Because this is upside down. Now, if this were right side up, I would have said, holy shit, girl, like you're fixing to go on a ride. But I think this is just shifts here and there to get you exactly back into the right puzzle piece where you've been, where you haven't been in a long time. By shifting you, moving you, just kind of pushing you here, pushing you there. It's finally going to get you in a place. The opposite of fire in the elemental thing, in the elemental pie chart, is air. So it's going to get you back to a place where you can concentrate, where you can focus, where you can learn, where you can gain a lot more, whether it's just regular in your whole life or whatever, or whether it's in your spiritual self. There's an amazing, crazy ton amount to gain here. Okay? Yeah. There's also an amazing place to be mentally, emotionally, etc. afterwards. Now, I am going to say this. When you come out of a dark night of the soul and fate is putting you where you need to be, and you realize that things aren't go, shift, fire, and you realize it's more of an intellectual thing, be careful that that doesn't throw you back into a dark night of the soul. Because like I just talked about, when we gain a lot of knowledge, thank you, Evelyn, it is hard sometimes not to slip into another dark night of the soul or sadness or depression, okay? So be careful that that doesn't let you shift right back. Because this is a lot of knowledge to gain. It's a lot of little bitty tiny shifts and stuff like that in your life to put you where you're supposed to be. But this is the only thing that matters right now, is you getting out of this bullshit. Yeah! Just saying. Just saying. That makes sense? You are welcome so much, Lori, honey. All right. KT, you ready? Makena? Y'all are sweet. Thank you. And then I'm going to apparently drop a card. There it is. Trying to be super careful and pick it up exactly the way I dropped it. And eat peanuts. Hey, love. Hey, Kami, I am on Makena. Hey, Krista, how are you? So I have Makena, Becky, Tammy, Chris, Bethany, Jennifer, Brianna, and April. And I'll refresh. That's too many. So I can either have a ton of cards or no cards. McKenna, why you gotta be stubborn? Why you gotta be stubborn like that? All right. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that, honey. All right. Ready? Oh, hey, Krista. I'm feeling a little better, yes. All right. Honey, you start off with the Sorcerer. Now, yours is a little interesting, a little different, okay? You have had people around you who have kind of been this, like false guides. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Who have been like false guides. Sometimes we get people that are false guides around us, and they amplify a power in us. They amplify a gift. They amplify something. And we think we're growing. We think we're moving forward. We think that we're doing things, but this is the higher perspective card upside down. So what this tells me is with these people here, when they kind of pulled back a little bit, or when you realized that they were full of shit, one or the other, then you went, I don't know as much as I think I know. Let me say this, okay? Because we tend to beat ourselves up after we've put faith in someone that wasn't who we thought they were. First of all, it happens to all of us. And second of all, you put faith in those people exactly when you needed to, okay? They did make you move forward. Maybe they didn't get you all the way to some big enlightened point like you had hoped they would, but they were there exactly when they were supposed to be there. Everyone goes through multiple teachers in their path. Every single one. I have tons of students that have come into my path and left my path. Like that. I have tons of students that have come into my path and that have been here for years. I'm supposed to be in their life for that amount of time. You're supposed to be in that person's life for that amount of time. You're supposed to be learning or not learning from that person for that amount of time, okay? So don't beat yourself up too much with this. Even though you're stressed and you're worried that you didn't get the higher perspective that you really, really needed or wanted, it's okay. It's okay. But what's interesting is this middle card. Well, and this one. Because this is the Guardian card. This card is all about guarding your energy. This card right here is all about guarding who you are, where you've been, where you're going. seeing this card after seeing that tells me that if there are people that you need to cut ties with, now is the time. Now is the time to sever ties with people that are no longer, that you are no longer in their path. You are no longer to be learning from them, to be gaining anything from them. It's time to cut ties and to absolutely guard your energy, okay? You can never have too many protections in place. You just can't, okay? Usually I'm having hot flashes, but now I'm cold, so here we are. And so I'm betting the temperature dropped. Hey, River. Yeah, we've had some intense storms here already, but I'm sure there's more popping up. So put some more protections in place, guard your energy. This is a wonderful time to do it on the solstice, because here's the thing. This next card is the destruction card. There's going to be a period of destruction around you. I don't feel like it's completely with you because of these other things here. This is also why you're guarding yourself and guarding your energy, because there's going to be some destruction around you. It will touch you a little bit. It always does. Every time people go through a destructive phase, it kind of touches everybody around them, but that's okay. Because like I said earlier, you have to empty some shit out of the bucket before you can put more shit in there. But by protecting yourself and your energy, this is not going to touch you as hard as it may touch other people. Just saying what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. When all this destruction happens, trust your gut. Okay? Trust your gut, because you're going to want to make some decisions that go with this destruction, getting out from under it, getting away from it. You're going to want to make some quick decisions, but trust your gut, because there's going to come a time when you're ready to cut ties and run, and your gut's going to say, no, not yet, no, not yet, no, not yet. And you're going to think that your own self is crazy. But there's a reason. There's an absolute reason. Okay? Just stay the course. Pay attention to your gut. But completely and utterly protect your energy right now. Like, as soon as I get done talking, go do it. Okay? All right? Yeah. Trust your gut. Protect your energy. I wish I could tell you if it had to do with these false prophets, false people, or whatever, but I can't. Don't beat yourself up too much. Okay? Thank you for that, love. That higher perspective is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Trust me. Okay? You are so welcome, sweetie. I think it's going to be an interesting situation. And I think one of the other reasons that you need to really guard your energy, this is just from my personal experience. When you have people around you that are not doing the right thing and they refuse to see that, when that period of destruction rolls through and it completely obliterates everything they've been doing, they're going to try to blame it on you. They're going to try to shift it over to you. They're going to send it your way. So as long as you have your protections and your wards and all those things in place now, and you're adding to them continually, They can't touch you with their bullshit. Their whole craziness of, it's almost like they'll be the one standing in the middle of the destructive path. You're over here as an island with everything still good. Okay? But make sure that you're protecting yourself hardcore. Hardcore. All right, Miss Becky, you ready? I love when you guys come in and some of you guys are like, man, I just popped in. I needed to hear that. All right, ready, Becky? Good. Yeah. Stay back from that. You cannot make this shit up. I love it. I love it. Ready? So, here's where you've been. You actually start off with the owl. Now, in many cultures, the owl is considered a bad omen. But the owl is also wisdom. I have a feeling that you've seen every single bad omen that there is to see. And you've gained all the wisdom from all those bad omens and all those bad situations, because the next card is the soul work card. So, honey, you've already been doing all the shit. You've already been through and doing all the shit. Don't call any more shit down, okay? Don't call any more shit down, because a lot of times when we see the bad omens and we gain all the knowledge from it, it's almost like we're shoved into that soul work. We're shoved into it whether we want to be there or not. And this is not just shadow work, but man, this is like a super intense, your soul going through boot camp kind of work. And not just for like a couple weeks. You've been in this for, I would say, probably at least a couple of years. It's almost like, I have a feeling you've probably even said, if it's bad, it's going to happen to me. And to be honest, I don't think that was you inviting in the bad. I think that that was you stating the truth. You've been seeing all the bad omens, especially the ones around you. So you've done this intense amount of shadow work. I would bet that in the last year or so, you've done more shadow work than most people that are actively doing shadow work. Because the universe has been making you do it. Now, what's really interesting is this. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. This is the clear and activate card. It's time for you to walk away from this. It's time for you to walk away from the bad omens, all the soul work, all the dark night. Like, it's time for you to literally just walk away. Cleanse and reclaim your energy, yourself, your space. This would be a good time to rearrange furniture, to redo every single one of your wards, to redo any workings that you've done, everything. Everything. Okay? This right here is the time. You know why? Here's the other thing that I'm going to say, you can't make this shit up. I shit you not. This is the reclaim card. I shit you not. By cleansing, by reactivating, by going back through and making sure that your space is yours. This is literally reclaiming your spiritual path. It's reclaiming you. It's reclaiming everything about you, about your path. I mean, like, that's why I was like, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You went through all that intensity, all that intense bullshit, so you could be right here, right now, to clear all this shit out and reclaim yourself. It's almost like you went through that to just get it done. Told you, I knew storms would be back. What's really interesting, though, is this is the card you threw out over here. This is the Earth card, and notice that it's Whopper-jawed, okay? It's not completely upside down. It's Whopper-jawed, meaning that it's going like that. The opposite of Earth is water. You've already been through all the bullshit, and you've already been through having to knuckle down and do the things. So what's coming your way now, after you get all this cleansing and activating going, is the intelligence that comes from all of this. When we go through all of this junk here, it's super easy to look back and gain a massive, massive amount of intelligence, of emotions, of putting us in a very stronger emotional space. Just saying. Thank you, love. I was gonna go ahead and block that person. So don't be surprised if after you cleanse and activate and you reclaim yourself, you feel like a completely different person, and not just in a, oh God, I feel lighter. Like, this is completely new person. Don't be surprised if there are people that had been in your life that come back into your life or whatever, and you're like, you know what? I can't with you. I can't with you anymore. I can't with you anymore. Because you're going to see all of the bullshit and the bad omens that, that they brought into your path. Okay? You should be, babe. Like I said, this is absolutely a case of you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Just saying. All right, Miss Tammy Jacobson, you ready? Let me look at the weather and eat a peanut. Hey, Tammy, how are you, sweetie? Fun. It's like we just got that big old patch over with. And now there's another one about to hit. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 behind it. Yeah, gonna be a noisy night. Are you, Jennifer? I don't doubt that a bit. Let me look at the weather down where you are. Y'all got some more heading your way too. Yeah. Just a noisy night. Good times in the big city. Hang on. I assume y'all are watching the weather, yeah? Yeah, y'all got a big nasty one that hang on. Oh yeah, y'all had a big nasty one that just hit you. You got another big huge one headed. You got another big one. Hey, Queen. I did that first this evening. Thank you, Ren. Thank you. Thank you, love. I will. I will. I am not going outside. Wow. Have I said you can't make this shit up? Have I said that tonight? Just asking. Asking for a friend. All right, Tammy. You're going to have homework. Okay? You're going to have homework. This is the medicine wheel. This encompasses not only all of the elements, but it encompasses 4 different sacred animals. It encompasses north, south, east, and west. It encompasses the all, the everything. This is the circle of life. Okay? So here's your homework, Tammy. I want you to research this. Okay? You're going to see why in just a minute. This right now is important. I think that you're already starting to see the circle. You're already starting to see everything that's been going on, that needs to go on. Like, seriously. You're already deep, deep in the medicine wheel. The reason that I want you to look it up is this. I have no doubt in my mind that you've been seeing some of these animals rampant in your path. Because when the medicine wheel pops up, when these sacred animals pop up, oh, honey, I will pray to the old gods for you. I appreciate it. I don't go in and troll all of y'all's lives. So, I mean, you know, be cool if you could get an untroll account to come and troll me. That'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I don't get it. I don't go into anybody else's lives and troll. I don't go into anybody's videos or comments. I don't go into any of that. I don't do any of that bullshit because it's just drama. I would prefer it stay over there. I don't need it. Y'all don't need it. There's too much of it everywhere else. So it kind of pisses me off because I'm like, I don't do that to y'all. I don't do that to y'all. I don't have time. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. Stupid. All right. So for those of you guys asking, I assume most of my moderators are probably in bed. This is my only account. Okay? If you guys are getting a message from me, it is not. It is not. Okay? Please block that person. It is not me. No reader worth their weight in anything is ever going to message you for a reading. They're not. Okay? All right. Miss Tammy. I would bet that you've been seeing these animals hardcore already. Not only would I bet that you've been seeing these animals hardcore already, I'll bet there is one specifically that when you go and when you're, how are some of you mods awake? I know that some of you guys, it is late where you live. Go to bed. Go to bed, sass. But here's the thing. One of them is going to stand out to you. Okay? One of these animals is going to stand out to you. And when you go through and research and go, oh my God, that makes perfect sense. It's going to mean way more to you in that moment than if I'm like, oh, the jaguar means this and the snake means this. It's going to resonate harder. I've been doing this a long time. Just trust the process, okay? Here's why. Animals are due to something interesting that has come into your path. This is the take risk card. By looking up and paying attention to these animals and looking up which one has been showing up the most for you and which one is all around some of these decisions, you're going to know exactly what decisions to make. You're going to know the risks to take. This is also very important because of this. You can't make this shit up. This is the Kundalini Rising card. All of this is a process. This is why I'm giving you homework. Because the animal on this wheel that you've been seeing the most right here makes, which is going to lead to this. Happens for a reason. So go do your homework. Go do your homework. And I want you to know too, this is a very intensive thing. It's a very, very intensive thing. There's no real preparing for it. There's no real preparing for it. I wish I could say, oh yeah, do this, do that. There's no preparing for it. There we go. Next storm system rolling in. Just hold on to your butt. That's really the only thing I can say. Just hold on to your butt. I love that. Great. It's a good thing. Okay. So please don't think it's not. It's a good thing. But yeah, hold on to your butt. Hold on to your butts. Yeah, I'm fixing to check again. I'm just keeping an eye on all of it. Because these storms have been popping up. And then they get super intense, super fast. So I've got one hitting, and then probably in about 10 more minutes, there's going to be another one. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You're welcome, Tammy, honey. How have you been? Oh, hey, Elizabeth, honey. Of course, sweetie. I got you, sugar. All right, Chris, you ready? I'm cutting myself off of pop, and I can't stand myself right now. I want a Diet Pepsi so damn bad I can't handle it. I'm gonna die. All right, this one's for Chris Rollins. You ready? Okay. A lot of symbolatry. You start off with the Hunter. This is, right now, you're in a position where you're hungry. You're after something. Being in the Hunter position is really interesting. Because you have to decide in the moment, what is the best thing for you? Do you move forward? Do you get that animal? Do you get this animal? Do you go over here? Do you go over there? You have to decide in the moment. There's no stopping to think about things. Do you take the shot? Do you not take the shot? There's no pause. Life is carrying you forward like this. There's no pause. In being the Hunter, and in having to make decisions in the moment, and in having to be really cold, this is what's coming. This is the compassion card. Okay? When we're in this Hunter mode for too long, we get to the point where it's really hard for us to be compassionate to other people. it's almost like the universe has to go, that one and that one. It's like the person that comes into your life, the person that comes into this hunter mode, that suddenly just looks different, feels different, sounds different, whatever it is. You're going to go from this hunter mode to this compassion mode. And it's going to be interesting. And this one right here kind of comes with a little bit of a warning, okay? Here's why. Because you've been in this powerful hunter mode. You're fixing to have some compassion come through. Some things pop in that you have to be compassionate about. Here's where the warning comes in. This is the temptation, being led into temptation. Honey, don't be so compassionate that you lose sight of this. Because we can be so compassionate, we can feel like we've been too hard for too long, and then we can be too compassionate and we can let people pull us out of this. Being in the hunter phase and being in that mode where you're hungry and you're moving forward and you're constantly making decisions. You're constantly being the strong one, being the leader. If you get led astray from this, it's going to negate all of the things that you did. So be real careful. Okay? Be really careful. Have the compassion, but don't let the compassion pull this. Don't let the compassion pull you too far into that temptation to be a different way, to do something different, to stay with somebody that's not good for you or whatever. Okay? This hunter is important. This is important. You need to continue to be hungry and to continue to make decisions, even when you're comfortable. Okay? Even when you're comfortable. There's nothing wrong with having the things that you want and still being hungry to keep moving forward. People are going to tell you, well, you worked this hard for this, and so you should enjoy that. I'm not saying don't enjoy it, but don't lose that hunter aspect, okay? Continue to be that badass and get all of the things. Do all the things, okay? All of them. And it's good to see you, Kami. What was that one? Hang on. No, I guess I haven't heard of EPI. You're welcome, love. All right, Bethany, ready? Yep, here comes the rain again. I know y'all saw that. You can't make this shit up. That thing literally hopped up, hit my arm, and laid down perfectly flat. Can't make this shit up. So I was like, okay. I mean, it happens. It happens. Monique, you're funny. Woo, mumbo jumbo, woo. Sorry. Couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Y'all know it was funny. Y'all laughed. Y'all laughed. Or if you didn't, you better fucking laugh because it was funny. All right. Wow. Brittany, you have absolutely just been full of piss and vinegar lately. Here's why. Because you start off with the arrow, okay? The arrow is a straight shot forward. The arrow is a yes or no. You either hit the mark or you don't. The arrow is all about strength. It's all about pride. It's all about thunder. But what's funny about this too is this. You also have the wild. So in the same time that you're trying to move forward and hit all the spots and so on, you have this wildling energy in there. This free for all. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. I'm only going to fight for what I want to fight for. So you're struggling between the two of these. You're struggling between doing the right thing and being on the straight and narrow, and you're struggling with this wildling energy that's just wanting you to go every which way. So these two things right here are not only at war with each other, but they're actually like blocking each other off. So you've been in an impasse with yourself for a while because you don't know which one you want to do. And you get so caught up with which way you want to be that you can't make a decision. Here's what's really interesting about this. You're right now at a crossroads. This is the Hidden Realms card. And me yawning. This is the Hidden Realms card. What this means is that you need to get out of this mindset, really any mindset. I would highly recommend some sorry, I was reading comments when I got sidetracked. I would highly recommend some breathing techniques. You can reach altered states of consciousness with breathing techniques or whatever it is that you like to use. And we're just going to leave it at that. But finding these altered states, these hidden realms, these where your spirit team is, where your soul is, finding these right here. It's going to break you out of this. It's going to break you out of this. Not only is it going to break you out of this, I want you to notice that these cards are very earthy. Okay? These are very, very deep earth colors. Then you have this huge shift. And then I'm going to show you these. This is the take risk card. Notice the color. And notice the color here. This is the card that bounced up and did the thing on my hand and then landed right side up. And this is the council card. By visiting these hidden realms, whether it's traveling, whether however you travel, let me say it that way. It's going to lead you to some interesting risks that, yes, you need to really look at which ones you want to take and which ones you don't. Find yourself a wise person to help you through this. And I don't just mean a friend that is the same age you are or younger, okay? Find yourself a wise counsel to ask about some of these risks. Being that this card was right here in the middle, it tells me that you need someone that knows what they're doing spiritually. Now, not every single person is going to know everything about spirituality, about risks, about you, etc. But go through and pay attention to their content, pay attention to them, pay attention to what they say, pay attention to their website, like all of the things. Okay? All the things. And then make your decision. because you're going to need a spiritual counsel that can help you through all of these new things that come after you've been traveling. Because there's going to be a lot. Yeah. There's going to be a lot that goes with it. You're going to need this counsel. So the right one will find you. Okay? I promise. But be open and get ready for this right here. Because here's the thing too. Bethany, if you don't go through and do this on your own, the universe will do it for you. Okay? The universe will absolutely do it for you. And trust me, you don't want that. You just absolutely don't. All right. Miss Jennifer Arnott. Oh, good, Shaya. I love that. Because it doesn't for some people. It's so weird. I'll have people that have followed me for like a year or more, and they're like, you suddenly aren't on my For You page anymore. So for those of you guys that are asking about reading, my list is closed for this evening. I've actually been reading since 9:30. So I've been reading for over 2 hours at this point. I've got 3 more people on my list, and then my happy butt is going to go in there and completely face plant in bed. Because these storms have got me super uber tired. And it's going to be a long night. What the fuck is up with this card now? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Jennifer, I don't know if you're still here or... Thank you, Reiki Ruby. Thank you, Lisa Michelle. I don't know if you're still here or you're watching this on YouTube, but... I was going to make a joke about, you know, this telling on your bullshit, but I'm just going to say this. Well, I was going to say something and then it just went out of my brain. One of the things that's not fun about when storm systems move through, if you guys don't know, so I have epilepsy. I have a really interesting neurospicy brain. So when the pressure rolls through, it's almost like I suddenly get stupid. Like, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Sometimes my words won't work. So I'm like like I can literally, okay, we all know this is an owl, right? I can literally be looking at it and be like, the thing, this right here, the thing with the stuff, with the thing and the things. And I can't words, and it pisses me off. Pisses me off. So I'll be like, you know, the card with the thing and the stuff and the colors. Or I just look at something. I know it's an owl. My brain knows it's an owl, but I'm looking at it going, I don't know what the fuck that is. Pisses me off. Makes me feel stupid. I only mention it because, and I drop things out of my mouth. I only mention it because I know a lot of you guys deal with this kind of stuff. And I want you to see that you're not the only one that deals with it. Okay? You're not the only one that deals with it. It's so stupid. I hate it when my fucking words won't work. I'm a big communicator, and I've been a writer for a long time. So when my words don't work, it scares me a little bit. So, yeah. So I was absolutely going to say something, and then it just went like completely somewhere far away. Try not to be frustrated. Okay. you start off with the rainbow. We're going to talk about this and this second card at the same time. That's right. Maybe it wasn't meant to be said. This is the take risk card. Yes, this bitch has been popping up repeatedly. The rainbow card and the take risk card together tell me that you've been in a spot where it's almost like you've been taking risks just to take risks. Not only have you been taking risks just to take risks, you've also dealt with a lot of people that have been leaving. You've dealt with a lot of people that, and by leaving, you know exactly what I mean. They're no longer here. Okay? They're no longer here. So you've taken all of these risks because you felt like it honored those people that are no longer here. You felt like it's what they would want you to do. But in doing all those risks, it's like it's got you to the point where we get addicted to taking risks. We get addicted to making decisions, to chaos, to change. Just like we get addicted to being in a rut. And this is why we get in a rut. You know what I mean? But I understand too, when we lose people, whether it's one person or 50 people, it affects us in a super deep way. And so we feel like if we stay stagnant, we're disappointing them. You know what I mean? We feel like we're disappointing them. Here's where you are right now. This is the mindful wisdom card. Okay? This is the mindful wisdom card. With all of these risks and with all of these people that you've lost, you're in a space right now, and this right here is absolutely confirmation. Okay? You're in a space right now where you're being very mindful of literally every single teeny tiny thing around you. You're being overly mindful and overly detailed about work, about relationships, about risks, about loss, about everything. Like this mindfulness has gotten to the point where it is almost painful to you and to other people, because it's so much and you're seeing so much that it's literally going to start causing a paradox with you. Now, there's good and there's bad with this. There's good in that by seeing everything and by being able to see the paradoxes before they come, it's almost like you can kind of mentally prepare yourself for the mind fuck before it gets there. Does it suck? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. But that's kind of where you're going, is being able to prepare for the paradox, because this last card right here is the mystical shaman. This is one whose whole world is paradoxical. This is one who sees all of the mindful wisdom and all of the loss and all of the risk and all of those things. Good night, Nicole, honey. Now, this card here being after the mindfulness, the paradox, and me yawning. I don't think that this is you becoming this person. What I think is this is a guide that you have. This is a guide you have that is helping you through all of this other stuff. Not only are they helping you through all this other stuff, but they're helping you see the paradoxes before they ever pop their heads up. Paradoxes can be good. They can be a good thing. I know most people are like, no, you know, it's a paradox, it's blah, blah, blah. It's a good thing. Sometimes they are a good thing. This is just a guide you already have around you that's helping you understand all of these and all of this mindful wisdom. So, I don't believe that this is you. I don't believe that this is some mentor that you've got to watch out for. And I don't believe that this is I don't believe it's a person, to be honest. I don't believe that you need to seek this person out. I have a feeling that this is just someone on your... It's a big shift. It's a big shift. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of trying to be very mindful of all the knowledge you learned from all of this shit. It's just hard. Okay? But it has a fantastic ending. Okay? So, I have 2 left, but here's the thing. That storm that just rolled through, I feel like I just got hit in the forehead. So, Sass, can you do me a flavor? You're welcome, just Jennifer. I'm just gonna go ahead and refund those last 2, and that way I'm not stressed about it. Y'all aren't stressed about it. But yeah. That was weird, and I feel like I got smacked in the forehead just now. Like, all right across here, which is, oh yeah, because there's another one, there's more rolling through. So I know when to tap out, and I'm going to take my ass to bed. I'm going to go take all my medicine, and I'm going to take my ass to the bed and curl up with 2 little tiny doggies. So yeah. Or yeah, that'll work too. I just want to make sure that they're taken care of. So yeah. Thank you, Sass. I'll quit eating peanuts now, I promise. But we'll close out of here on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later.